Swissmem being the association of the Swiss engineering, mechanical engineering industry, we have several sub-associations. The Swiss Textile Machinery Association is one of them, and representing this association, we take care of the interests of our member in various ways. We represent their interests towards the authorities, towards media, towards show exhibitions, and of course we also offer a lot of different services to them, such as helping them to organize pavilions on shows, in innovation. We do quite a lot of workshops to support them in that area. And of course we also do a lot of media, of just promoting the industry in all kinds of ways. Well, starting with the sectors, one of the very strong sectors where Swiss companies were always very strong is in the field of spinning, so all the spinning part of the textile value chain. That's where we have a lot of Swiss companies still present. But of course also in all the other sectors like weaving, Switzerland has companies who offer solutions, knitting, and where we're of course also very strong is in the whole quality testing sector. That's where we have two big member companies who are very strong in that field. When we now talk about the export figures of our industry, so there are two things I have to explain. When you just look at the Swiss exports which are offered from the Swiss authorities, of the customs authorities, we saw in 2015 about the sales of Swiss textile machines of 1 billion euro. But this is just part of the picture, because nowadays many of our member companies, they have factories in China, factories in India, and these sales and these products that are sold from their factories outside Switzerland, they are of course not showing up in these statistics that I just mentioned. So I would say the volume that they really take care of, or that are generated by Swiss textile machinery companies, is about 2 to 3 times fold to the figure I just mentioned before. Of course, as all the industry, also our industry developed over the last 5 years. So the good thing to say is that most of the companies you saw 5 years ago, about all of them, they are still there, they are still present, they are still strong. So our industry is very vital. But of course you see changes, adjustments to their philosophy. So we've seen that 1 or 2 companies moving some of their production. As I said, they have factories all around the world, so move them a bit more out of Switzerland into other production sites they have. But nevertheless, also in Switzerland, there's still a very strong base of our members and factories, development, engineering. So I would say, all in all, a very stable situation over the last 5 years. Well, to our members, sustainability, of course, is always very high on the agenda. I think nowadays there's no project, no development to be done which does not take sustainability into consideration. Sustainability can be in all kinds of ways. So you can achieve sustainability by using less energy, or having machines that use less energy, by machines which use less water, or by increasing and improving your processes so that they are getting more efficient, and again, less energy, less water is used. But another example could be to improve the interface, so that the interface for the workers on the machine, so that they lower their error rates, and therefore again the whole process and their work gets more sustainable. Well, regarding the products, I think it's again, as I just answered some questions ago, I think it's more or less the whole range of the solutions that the Swiss textile machinery industry offers, which are also used in Pakistan. And Pakistan we see as being one of the, for sure, very important markets for our industry, be it now on the exhibition ITMA Asia that I'm here. When I talk to my members, which were the most important customer segments, from which countries did the visitors come? So Pakistan is always in the top 3 to 4 that our members mention as being very important. And we also see that in our export statistics that Pakistan always ranks in the first 3 to 4, 5 countries when it comes to exports of our industry. So all in all, a very important market. It is true that the Swiss franc had quite an impact, not only on the Swiss textile machinery industry, but on the whole Swiss industry. We had a very strong, and still have a strong Swiss franc, mainly compared to the currencies of our competitors, which are in the euro region, so compared to the euro. But this has like 2 different sides. On the one hand side, it was very tough for our member companies because their products, especially after these big disruptions in the currency, so their products got like 10%, 20% more expensive than a day ago compared to European competitors, which of course is a disadvantage. But I also see an advantage in all that. Our Swiss producers, they never had time to lean back because they had to improve their processes, they had to make them stronger, they had to be more cost efficient to overcome this deficiency or this very strong Swiss franc. So I think that by the end of that, when the euro, the Swiss franc, or when these all get more similar than these currencies, the Swiss companies will get out stronger of that than before because they really had to work on their processes. So again, the Swiss Textile Machinery Association, we support our members, as I already said, in various fields. So one of the fields that we are strong again in, what we are doing to our members, is helping them in markets that they already knew, they already had their contacts, but where they want to grow again and where they see a potential upward trend again, so to support them in those markets. Therefore, in 2016, we've organized a symposium in Tehran, Iran, as we see this, as many others do as well, as a market that is very important, that has a development, and that will develop over the next some years. So we'll do something similar where we invite our customers, respectively the customers of the producers. And next year we want to support our members to gain market again in Egypt. But apart from that, we support them on exhibitions such as ITMAs and ITMA Asias. And also another focus is for sure field of innovation. As you might know, Switzerland always ranks number 1 in the innovation statistics by international institutions. So they rank the countries, and Switzerland is always in the forefront. But nevertheless, we see, especially for smaller companies, that it can be difficult, to have the right power behind innovation, because that takes a lot of resources, be it money or time. And there we help them in various ways to focus and on processes, how to make their innovations even better than they are by now. So these are just like 2 or 3 of the main points that where we want to support our members. But with respect to ITMA Asia here in Shanghai, it is kind of a mixed picture. I would say in general, exhibitors, the Swiss exhibitors were quite happy. The quality of the visitors was good. The quantity was maybe a bit less than expected. And also the countries that are present, of course a lot of Chinese, it's a Chinese show being held in China, but they also had good response, good visitorship from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, from Iran. So there were some other countries that had a good visitorship. So all in all, again, it was a good show, but maybe you also see that the Chinese textile market is at the moment not very enthusiastic. So this, of course, also showed a bit in the show. It was okay, it was good, but there was no enthusiastic atmosphere, I would say, on the show.